Let's talk about survey reports and let's answer 3 questions. What are they? Why do we need them? And how do we get them? So first, what are survey reports? Well, these are documents that we get after a study has been done. And these documents detail meticulously the what, where, when, and why of the study. So in other words, they tell us everything we need to know about that study. The date it was conducted, how many people participated, if there were incentives, and any other information that we need is captured in the study report. We might also get the preliminary analysis, very high-level analysis of the data in such a report as well. So we'll call it the study report or the survey report, or in some cases, it's also called the methodology report. Now that we know what that report is, the next question is, why do we need it? Well, one word, reproducibility. Science is all about the ability to reproduce a result. We want to make sure that we provide enough details that if somebody else were to conduct that same study, they will get similar results as we did get. So documentation is very, very important in science for that reason, for reproducibility. But also for practical reasons, just pragmatic reasons. We need to know how we did our study. If we came back a year from now and we're trying to remember, oh, geez, how did we do this? Or how did we do that? It's helpful then to have detailed notes or documentation that then describes how the study was conducted. And so for those practical reasons, we need documentation. And then for those who are trying to write up their study into a scientific report, there's a part of a manuscript called the methodology. And in the methodology, you have to provide extensive details of how the study was done. So it makes sense that you kept proper notes when you were conducting the survey, so that years later or months later, when you're writing up your manuscript, you will have the notes to refer to so as to write up your manuscript. And so these are some of the key reasons why we will need a detailed methodology report. Now let's come to the third question. Now that we know what a report is, how do we get it? Well, there is the easy way and the hard way of getting a methodology report. The hard way is that you have to keep handwritten notes, or you type your notes, you keep logs of everything manually. That's the hard way, and that's how it works on other survey platforms. You will have to keep those notes yourself so that you can create your own methodology report after the survey. Now, let's talk about the easy way of getting the methodology report. On Chisquares, all of this is automated so that with the click of a single button, you get 4 detailed documents, very extensive and comprehensive documents that tell you everything you need to know about your study. The first report is called the methodology report, and this tells us how the study was conducted, the date in which it was conducted, the number of people who participated. It tells us if people were offered incentives or not. It tells us if people were excluded from the survey and what the criteria were for exclusion. So as you do your settings when you were setting up the study, the platform remembers these things and logs them down, and it then uses that information to create that methodology report for you. Very extensive report. The second document in that comprehensive report you get automatically from the Chisquares platform is the codebook. The codebook is like the dictionary for the data. It tells us how data were captured. So if a variable was captured as 0 and 1, we can refer to the codebook to know what 0 means and what 1 means. So everything in the data set is explained in the codebook. The third report you get is the analysis reports as part of the comprehensive report. So the analysis report takes the entire data set and analyzes it question by question so that you have an extensive document where you can look at tables and figures for each question, and that gives you a very high-level summary of the data before you might do a deeper dive analysis. And then lastly, the comprehensive report also contains the questionnaire in PDF form so that you can refer to it if needed. So these are the things that you get on Chisquares. And all of this is, like I said earlier, automatic and for free when you use Chisquares to collect the data.